The module latest news screen allows us to create a module that we can pull in specific content from specific categories using this one. So on the title, we can put the title of our module here. We can choose to hide or show the module. Again, we can choose the position of the module, the status, the access level, the ordering of the module, a start publishing date, a finished publishing date, the language, and we can write ourselves a note here. It says this module shows a list of the most recently published and current articles. Some that are shown may have expired even though they are most recent. So that's important to realize. Underneath that, once we have all this information filled in, we need to choose the page that this is going to render on. So by default, it's going to be showing all this selected, so we want to clear the selection. We want to, the drop down here, only on pages selected, and then we can clear the selections here. And so now we're starting from a blank slate, and we can choose to publish this module on specific pages just by selecting the individual pages there. And that's going to publish this module on these pages. We can choose different pages from different menus and whatnot using that there. On the top right with the basic options. Now here's where we go choose our category. What category are we going to publish stuff from in this specific module? And what it's going to do is it's going to give us links. So we want to say, okay, out of the Joom Guide blog, we want to publish 4 titles, 4 links to featured articles. No, we're not going to we can only show featured articles, or we can say, you know what, hide featured articles. And the ordering is the recently added first. Obviously, you've got recently added first, recently modified first, recently published first, and recently touched first. And what those mean, if you roll over here, there's a tooltip that explains that. So go ahead and read those. The recently added first is the order the articles using their creation date. Recently modified first is order the articles using their modification date. The last time something was changed to it, basically. Recently published first, you can order the articles using their publication date. And recently touched first, you can order the articles using their modification or creation dates. So it'll take into account both of those. So that's how the ordering works. And then the authors, you can choose anyone, or you can choose select down, drop from the drop down. You can choose only publish this individual author's content in this specific module. And then our advanced options are similar to any other sort of custom module that we're building here. We need to, if we're going to, there's some styling around it that we want to create, we can use the module class suffix and put our CSS class in here. Typically we don't need to change the caching on the modules. You can change the cache if you think there's going to be a lot of updating going on for this specific module and you want the cache time to be smaller or relatively quick, obviously. And that's about it for this page. Once you've got the latest news in there, if you click save, it's going to save all the module settings, and it's going to stay on this screen. That way you can have perhaps your website open in another tab and preview those changes and see what they look like. Maybe your count was too high or too low based on the layout of your website, because you realize when it starts pulling in these the latest news, if you will, the latest articles, it's going to publish the title. So when it does that, you might have a really long title that wraps to a second line, that kind of blows the layout of that module out. You'll have to kind of tinker with that a little bit, and how publishing or using this specific module to publish links to content affect the layout of your site. So I hope that was helpful.